Hi everyone, my name is Fanindra, and in this video I am going to explain about Omicron virus in detail. So I'll be explaining the introduction part of this Omicron variant and how it is different from the Delta variant, and what are the symptoms which will be observed if a patient is attacked with this Omicron variant, and how the structure differs from the Delta variant, and what are the statements which were given by some other great people of some other great scientists. Each and everything will be clearly explained in this video, so please watch this video till the end so that you will be getting enough information. So firstly, let us have an introduction on this Omicron variant. So Omicron is a variant of SARS-CoV-2. So we know that COVID-19 is a domain which contains different variants like alpha variant, beta, gamma and delta variant. So we know the delta is a variant which was attacked for the people recently, and after this delta variant, Omicron is a new variant which was evolved, and it is also variant under the domain of SARS-CoV-2, and it was first reported to World Health Organization from South Africa on 24th November 2021, and this World Health Organization categorized this Omicron variant as variant of concern, and they nomenclatured this Omicron on 26th November 2021. So once the research is done, once the complete details and the thesis has been sent to World Health Organization, they nomenclatured that variant as Omicron on 26th November 2021. And they also named this Omicron as B11521. So this is a numerical terminologies which will be given for each and every variant in order to identify that. And in the process of the research, it was concluded that this Omicron variant is a fast spreading strain. So the reason behind that will be clearly explained you in this video, and then you can understand why it is a fast spreading strain. So now let us have a look on who discovered this Omicron. So Dr. Angelique Coetzee, she is the one who discovered this Omicron variant, and she is the one who observed firstly in a patient of South Africa region, and she is the one who concluded this as most dangerous, and she is the one who gave alarm on the Omicron variant of COVID, and she is the one who spoke exclusively to Republic TV, and she gave interview on Republic TV about this Omicron variant and how she identified that, and she is the head of South African Medical Association. So what is the statement which was given by Dr. Angelique Coetzee in the recent interview? So let us have a look on that. So this is the statement which I have mentioned here. In 8 to 10 weeks, we had not seen any new COVID-19 cases. We were out of third wave. So when around November 18, a patient came to me complaining of a viral infection, it didn't make any sense. I tested him and found him, and his whole family became positive. All had the same type of symptoms related to COVID, like fatigue, body aches, scratchy throat, and cough. No one really complained of a fever. This was not something of the Delta variant, which we have seen a lot of cases of. I raised an alarm to the advisory committee. Our scientists looked at this and realized it's a new variant. And finally, it is nomenclatured as Omicron variant. So this is the statement which was given by Dr. Angelique Coetzee in the interview with the channel of Republic TV. So let us have a look on the difference between this Delta variant and Omicron variant. So as you can see here, this is a picture. This is a picture which was detected in South Africa, and it is produced and published by the prestigious Bambino Gesù Hospital in Rome. So this is the image which was produced from the study of the sequences of a new variant which was made, and it is also available in the scientific community also. So as you can see here in this picture, the red color dotted like structures which was indicated in this picture are nothing but the spike proteins, and these spike proteins of SARS-CoV-2 are responsible in order to perform the process of these mutations and in order to attack the human body. So in the case of this Delta variant, the number of spike proteins are very less, but with the case of Omicron variant, these spike proteins are very high in number. So they also mentioned a statement over here. As you can see here, the high number of mutations does not automatically mean that these variants are more dangerous, but some other scientists says that this Omicron variant is very harmful when compared to that of Delta variant. So now let us have a detailed study on this Omicron variant. I have researched a lot on this Omicron variant, and I have got some other information on this on this Omicron variant. So that's what I have been explaining you till now. And in the case of this study, in this video I'll be explaining the complete genomic information of this Omicron variant. So Omicron variant has total of 60 mutations, And in these 60 mutations, 50 are of non-synonymous mutations and 8 are of synonymous mutations, and remaining 2 are non-coding mutations. So as you know, non-synonymous mutations, in the sense it is a kind of a nucleotide mutation which will alter the amino acid sequence of a protein. In the case of synonymous mutation, it will not alter any amino acid sequence. Hence, that particular mutation is also called as silent mutation. But whereas in the case of non-coding mutation, there will be a certain kind of areas in the DNA sequence, and those areas are called as non-coding areas or non-coding regions, and the mutation which will happen in that particular region is called as non-coding mutations. So as you can see here, in the genomic sequence of Omicron variant, there are certain domains which are present on the layer of the membrane. So as you can see here, ORF1AB, NTD, RBD, RBM, SD1 and SD2. So there are certain kind of domains, like ORF1AB is nothing but like it's a kind of a polyprotein precursor, and it is the largest gene. And NTD, in the sense, it is abbreviated as N-terminal domain. RBD is abbreviated as receptor binding domain. RBM is abbreviated as receptor binding motif. And SD1, SD2 are nothing but like it's a kind of a recombinant proteins, and these are the subdomains. Okay, subdomain 1 and subdomain 2 of these domains. So and coming to the next one here, there will be some other proteins like envelope proteins, membrane proteins, and nucleocapsid proteins. So what are these kind of proteins, and what are the amino acids which are responsible to undergo the process of this mutation and this nucleotide mutation? So let us have a look about that. So here the spike protein, as I have said you, there are totally 60 mutations which occurred in this Omicron variant, right? So here in the case of spike protein, the 32 mutations are responsible by the spike protein itself, and in these 32 mutations, 30 amino acids are responsible for to undergo the process of this mutation, and these are the names of the amino acids which I have mentioned in this slide. And ORF1AB is also one of the domain which will undergo the process of this mutation, and the following are the amino acids which I have mentioned. And envelope protein, membrane protein, and nucleocapsid protein. So as you can see here in this genomic structure picture, so here they have mentioned like E, M, and N, right? E in the sense envelope protein, M in the sense membrane protein, and N in the sense nucleocapsid protein. So these are the terminologies which people have to remember, and these are responsible to undergo the process of the mutation. And as they undergo the process of the mutation, that's the reason from the Delta variant, Omicron variant has been evolved. Okay, so Omicron COVID variant symptoms. So basically scientists have classified these symptoms into 3 different types, like most common symptoms, less common symptoms, and serious symptoms. In the case of most common symptoms, we can consider fever, cough, tiredness, loss of taste or smell. In the case of less common symptoms, we can consider sore throat, headache, aches, pains, diarrhea, a rash on skin, discoloration of fingers or toes, and red or irritated eyes can also be considered as less common symptoms of this Omicron variant. And in the case of serious symptoms, we can conclude difficult breathing or shortness of breath, loss of speech or mobility, or confusion or chest pain. So these are the kind of symptoms which we generally observe in a patient who is attacked with this Omicron variant, Omicron COVID variant. And there are some statements which are given by some of the great people and researchers. So as you can see here, she is Claudia Alteri, and she is professor of clinical microbiology at Milan State University, and she is also a researcher at Bambino Gesù. And she stated that the high number of mutations does not automatically mean that these variations are more dangerous. So this is what I have already told you previously, right? So there are number of spike proteins in the case of there are more number of spike proteins in the case of Omicron variant when compared to that of Delta variant, which doesn't automatically mean that these spike proteins are responsible to cause high number of mutations, which will make that more dangerous. It is not at all considered like that. So this is what the reason of the statement behind, which was given by Claudia Alteri. And coming to the next statement, which was given by Tom Wencelaars, and he is a evolutionary biologist at the Catholic University at Leuven in Belgium. So he stated that Omicron has the potential to spread much faster and infect vastly more people than Delta variant. Omicron can infect 3 to 6 times as many people as Delta over the same time period. So this is a statement which was given by this person. So we don't know whom to believe, because the Omicron variant process, I mean, the research on this Omicron variant is still under the process, and we'll be getting lot of thesis and lot of theories on it. So still the process, I mean, the research process is the research is under the process. So we'll be getting a lot of information on this Omicron variant in future. So once if I study on that, definitely I'll be uploading more and more videos on this, and will share a lot of information with you people. And I have studied an article which was published by Business Standard. So that article is really very good, and the link of that article will be given in the description box. So please go through that link and open that link and go through that article, so that you will be getting enough information on this Omicron variant. And there are a lot of queries which was asked by many people, and they have the scientists which gave a lot of statements on this Omicron variant have answered those questions. So you people will be definitely getting a lot of knowledge. You'll be getting enough knowledge on this Omicron variant if you're going to read that article. So it was the link of that article was given in the description box. So please go through it and try to read that article. And still, if you people have any doubts on this Omicron variant, so please don't hesitate to post it in the comment section. I'll be answering them as early as possible. And thank you. This is the information which I would like to share with you people regarding this Omicron variant, and stay safe. Thank you.